They said the house was just a myth, a crumbling mansion on Wraith Hill where people went in for a thrill and never came out the same. Some said they disappeared, others swore they came back different, but to someone who enjoyed that fear experience, it was a challenge. So, one cold October night, flashlight in hand and camera strapped to my chest, I finally climbed the hill. The gate loomed ahead, rusted shut with chains, and appears to be half eaten by ivy. My breath fogged in the air as I cut through the lock. The hinges screamed as I pushed it open. The house beyond was massive, a corpse of wood and stone with windows like hollow eyes. I whispered into my camera, October 31st, midnight. I'm entering the Wraith Hill house. The door opened before I touched it, not wide, just a crack, like something had been waiting. Inside, it smelled like old rotted wood. My flashlight beam quivered across a long hallway lined with portraits, dozens of them. Each painting showed a member of the same family, proud, pale faces frozen in oil. But the eyes, they weren't looking forward, they were looking right at me. I stepped closer. One of the portraits had something strange. When I come up to it to take a closer look, I could see that there was faint condensation inside the glass, like it was breathing. My camera glitched for a second. Static. When the image came back, one portrait was empty. I panicked momentarily, only to be distracted with a soothing yet eerily melody of a piano. I followed the faint sound of a piano, soft notes echoing from somewhere upstairs. Each step on the staircase moaned under my boots. At the top landing, a grand door stood ajar. The piano was playing itself, ivory keys moving without hands. When I entered, the music stopped mid-note. On the seat lay a single music sheet, yellowed and torn. The title read, Requiem for the Lost. Something cold brushed against my shoulder. I turned, and every painting in the room now faced me. My flashlight flickered. The hallway ahead was lined with mirrors instead of pictures now. They reflected the room behind me, but there was a problem. I was alone in the hall, yet the reflection showed someone standing beside me. A woman in a Victorian gown, face blurred like a smudged photograph. She leaned close in the reflection, whispering, "You shouldn't be here." My real shoulder went icy. I turned, and nothing was there. But in the reflection, she smiled and waved before all the mirrors shattered at once. With fear and panic, I ran. The floorboards groaned like the house itself was laughing. When I reached the main floor again, the front door was nowhere to be found. It was replaced by a smooth wall, blocking where I came from. Only one door remained, a small wooden one beneath the stairs. It was cracked open, and from within came the faint sound of breathing. Against every instinct, I opened it. The air was heavy and damp. Steps led down into pitch blackness. I switched on night vision. Carved on the wall in fresh red paint were the words, "You're the final guest." The walls pulsed. No, wait, it moved. Something was beneath the wallpaper, shifting like insects under skin. Old mannequins stood in a circle at the center of the cellar. Each had a mask of a different human face, and on the floor, my name written over and over in the dust. "Who's down here?" I shouted. The mannequins' heads turned toward me in perfect unison. A voice, soft, distorted, and layered, spoke from behind them. "You are." The flashlight burst. Everything went pitch black. When I woke up, I was outside, lying at the base of Wraith Hill as dawn painted the sky gray. My camera was beside me, still recording. I watched the footage later that night. In the final clip, after the light went out, there were faint outlines of faces forming in the dark, whispering, circling, until one leaned close to the lens and said, "Tell them we're still waiting." And then the video ended. But here's the thing. When I checked the footage again the next day, I noticed something impossible. In the reflection of the cellar window, I wasn't alone. Someone was standing behind me, wearing my face.